What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. Thanks for watching the content, subscribing to our channel, liking our videos, and checking out the FanStop at thefanstop.com. You do want to make sure you get on there now because the upside down Longhorn hat is available exclusively on thefanstop.com. You'll want to get yours today or sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months. You will not be disappointed. There were some fans disappointed in the defensive effort against Auburn, but the defense comes through with the pick six, some Sooner magic in style there at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the defense is what we're going to talk about and focus on this video, guys, because they have continued to make strides under BV and staff in his years in Norman. And this year, I don't think it's any different. They have made some strides, specifically in their ability to get to the opposing team's quarterback. That is what has stood out to me most with this team. The sacks are way up this year. I think they have 18 through 5 games, which is getting close to what they had throughout the season last year. I'm sure Hunter will let us know with those stats, but they've shown the ability to pressure the quarterback. They've shown the ability to make big plays, especially with turnovers. Those are two things you want to see. They've been really good against the run. Saturday against Auburn, there were some gaps there. There is some big plays that the defense allowed to know. I know a lot of Sooner fans are wondering, well, is the defense maybe not as good as we thought they were, or was that just an anomaly? I, for one, guys, think that it's great to see defensive players in the right position. I want to start with that because I think OU's defensive players have been in the right position this year more than in the last couple of years. There's not a lot of bust. Now, they had opportunity Saturday to make more plays, but they just didn't.
Yeah. Again, 18 sacks through 5 games last year. They had 24 this time last year. The talk for the defense was they can't get home. They weren't able to get sacks early on in the season. When they were, it was very limited. It wasn't until Texas week where they were really able to get home to the quarterback and Quinn Ewers in that game. And this year, our Mason Thomas is take over in the fourth quarter. It's unbelievable. 5.5 sacks, 5 of those come in 2 quarters. The fourth quarter against Tulane, where he had 3 forced fumble and a fumble recovery, as well as a pass breakdown, bat down. And then the 2 sacks this week against Auburn. Our Mason is something special, rushing off the edge in the fourth quarter. He's having a fantastic year, but the defense as a whole, they have made strides to be better. I know people will look, especially after yesterday, look at the total defense stat and see Oklahoma is 48th in the country and think that that's very bad. Yeah, it's not good. They're giving up a lot of yardage. Against Auburn, 482 yards. Yes, on Saturday is what they gave up. So they have to improve in that category. But again, what matters the most is they deliver when it matters. Fourth quarter, most important part of the game, to be able to start getting pressure to Thorne. The Kip Lewis pick six, masterclass defensive play from Kip Lewis. Great defensive play call from Zach Alley to have Kip Lewis act like he's going to blitz and then drop back into coverage where Thorne couldn't even see him. Then to not only pick it off, but to take it all the way back. And again, that play, Auburn had a 90% chance of winning, according to the ESPN FPI analytics and win probability. From that play, flipped the number to 75% for Oklahoma. That's a massive swing in one play. And again, the Oklahoma defense is going to have to win Oklahoma football games down the stretch. Oklahoma wants to get to 8 wins, 9 wins, whatever they could potentially get to. It's going to be because of the defense winning them games, making plays in the fourth quarter to put the offense in a position to win, because even with Michael Hawkins taking over, there's still offensive issues going around in Norman.
Yeah, this defense compared to last year, I think everybody would say it's a lot better. One thing you can just see by watching the games, they've developed some guys really well. Specifically, you mentioned R. Mason Thomas, number 4 in the nation in sacks. You have Trace Ford, to me, has made a big leap this year on that defensive front. You got linebackers. You got a bunch of them playing. Kobe, Kip, Lewis played some against Tennessee. You got Samio at Cheetah playing a lot. I think right now, just me looking at it, my question on the defense that I still wonder if they're deciding who are your best two cornerbacks, and I'm not sure if they know yet. I know Gentry Williams is out, and that's hurting them for sure, I think, because he's very talented. But Eli Bowen's been playing more and more. You wonder if he's going to continue that. I mean, you got Malone, you got Kenai Walker, you got Woody Washington, you got Eli Bowen, and now Jacoby Johnson supposedly moved to the offensive side, so I don't know how much he'll see. I just wonder if they're going to lock down those two and see who will that be. I think that's the question you have. But the development on defense, the coaching on defense, Jeremy mentioned it, they're in the right spots. They're making plays. I will also say this, until the offensive game plan and the offensive unit gets better, the defense is at a disadvantage. And one of the reasons why is when you are a defense that's aggressive and can get turnovers, and a team knows they don't have to be that aggressive on offense, it kind of, I think it kind of can limit you a little bit on defense because you like yesterday, Auburn. I know they had the 3 deep balls, I think, that they got a lot of explosive plays on, but they were trying to run the ball and run clock. They were running it down because they knew they didn't have to score a whole lot of points probably to beat Oklahoma. And then when it mattered most and they threw it, oh, you got the pick 6. But I do agree, Hunter. They got to get better in certain areas. Right now, the yardage, I think, specifically in between the 20s, they were allowing a lot of yards. I mean, yeah, they held, I think, Auburn to a few field goal attempts, which was great. But when it mattered most, they made the plays. And I hear a lot of people complaining about the guys getting beat deep. Well, the majority of them have been pretty good coverage. They haven't made the plays. Go watch Alabama, Georgia last night. You had jump balls being thrown up and guys didn't make plays for Georgia. I'm not comparing the two teams. I'm just saying at some point when you get, and even Zach Howley has alluded this in his post-game press conferences throughout the year, you put defensive backs in positions, they got to make the play if they're there.
Well,
So hopefully some more of those will be made down the stretch.
Zach Alley also made a major adjustment at halftime. If you go back and rewatch the game, they played significantly with 3 down linemen, tried to pressure that way, got burned. I wouldn't say burned because, like I said earlier, they were in good position. They didn't make the play. Second half, he disguised a lot, including the pick 6. Like Hunter said, I mean, they had everyone up. There was no running back in the backfield. Everyone was up. He thought he had a quick slant. If you watch that play, Kip Lewis actually stumbles backwards. OU's lucky he didn't fall down. He stumbles, and then he kind of tips it and bobbles it. I mean, it was a heck of a play. R. Mason Thomas had pressure on immediately on the quarterback, almost got a deflection. Couldn't tell if the deflection happened, but, I mean, listen, that's, I think, kind of the MO for OU moving forward. If you're going to put the DBs on an island, because maybe that's a weakness, you've got to put the pressure on the quarterback very quickly. I think OU will, with Zach Alley and continue to mask some of these schemes, that's going to bode well for OU. And then tackling wasn't at its best Saturday, guys. OU is better tacklers than they showed Saturday. Part of that, I don't know, you chalk it up to maybe being tired. There were some in the fourth quarter that they got ran over. Physical team by Auburn. It was by far the worst, I guess you could say, defense against the run on the season. And I think that showed that was part of the reason that played into Auburn being able to complete some of the long balls. The safeties kind of cheated up. So it all goes hand in hand. But point of attack is definitely what OU is going to continue to work on. They got the guys to do it. They've showed they can do it.
Yeah, the issues like in bust, a lot of them are fixable. I mean, there's times where the safety kind of went in because there was also a guy on an out route about 10 to 15 yards down the field that would have been wide open. At times, it kind of sucks, but that's really what you should probably give up to not allow them to, because you're in man. If they have a step and good quarterbacks make those plays, I mean, even at times, I think it was also in the fourth quarter where guys were beat. Thorne didn't make the plays because of the pressure. If Oklahoma gets the pressure, makes it a lot different. If they can get pressure to the quarterback like they were in the fourth quarter, I mean, Thorne's a turnover machine. Look at what he did the week before. Oklahoma was only able to force 1, but it was the game changer. When they're able to do stuff like that, they're gonna have very good results. And against the run, Arkansas, I mean, they said it all week, very talented running backs in Arkansas, or not Arkansas, I'm sorry, Auburn running backs, very talented. That right guard that was pulling as the lead blocker, that was impressive what he was able to do. Quite a few pancakes served to Oklahoma back seven. Billy Bowman was one. I think RSJ might have been one as well. A couple
Bowen,
of linebackers.
Eli.
Yeah, Eli Bowen. There you go. That was other defensive back there. The stuff like that, I think Oklahoma's going to clean up. And again, if Oklahoma's defense can give them a fighting chance, they have a chance. I mean, that's the backbone of this team. Oklahoma defense is that good. They held Tennessee to 25 points, almost got the offense back into it. They won them the game in Auburn. Kip Lewis, that play right there was a game changer. So, again, they struggled, but time and time again, the defense still delivered for Oklahoma.
Yeah, the key stat I'm looking at after 5 games is the most points they've allowed in game, if I'm wrong, is 25 points to Tennessee. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you're going to allow under 25 the rest of the season per game, like when you start playing Ole Miss and Missouri and Texas, if you hold them to under 25, you're going to be in the game with a chance to win, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing. They're keeping them in games right now with the offense struggling. That's what you have to say is it's not like the offense has been dominating and they're allowed. I mean, so they're having to keep them in the game. Like again, this last first half, series after series after that first drive, the Oklahoma had the ball. They went like 4 or 5 3-and-outs with like 40 yards total, and the defense just trying to keep them in the game and not get down too many. So that makes a difference, I think. And I would love to see this defense. And you've seen it in the fourth quarter sometimes when they know the other team's going to pass because they got a lead. Get this team a lead. This defense, I think, will bring a lot of pressure.
Well, the other thing is get this defense off the field.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot easier. I mean, on the field, 35 minutes against Auburn. I think Oklahoma's starting to figure some things out offensively, potentially. Again, wasn't pretty, but down the stretch, they got the job done. If they can, even if it stays ugly, be able to put together a couple first downs, even if you're not putting points up on the scoreboard, that makes a difference. Yeah. It's tough for the defense to go out there pretty much immediately after because you're going 3-and-out or very quick drive. No turnovers, so that helped as well.
Yeah, moving forward, guys, OU, it's debatable, but OU and their opponents with Tennessee and Auburn, two of the more prolific offenses that they're going to see all year. We know Texas is good. We know Alabama showed how good they were against Georgia the other night. Ole Miss, we know as an offensive staff with Lane Kiffin, but Auburn and Tennessee, really, really potent offenses, and OU was able to allow 25 or less while being on the field a significant amount of time. So the optimism should be there with the defense. It is for me. And the OU defense showing Sooner magic against Auburn, winning the game with the Kip Lewis pick six. Drop your comments in this video where you think this defense is through 5 games. And make sure you like and subscribe to our channel here at the Sooner Surge. And we will see you next time.